In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use breakout rooms in Zoom. So let's say you have several students or participants that are in a Zoom meeting and you want to split them up into smaller groups to either have smaller discussions or work on individualized projects. Or let's say you just have engagement hours and are meeting with several students and you want to meet with one student privately for a few minutes. You could create a breakout room for just you and that one student. You can have your private meeting and then you can rejoin everyone else a few minutes later. So to actually create a breakout room, as a host, on your control bar at the bottom, there'll be an icon for breakout rooms. When you click that, you have the option to automatically create breakout rooms, or you have the ability to manually assign students to a breakout room. Now, there are 3 versions of me in this meeting, so I'm going to create 2 breakout rooms, and I'm going to manually assign myself to those rooms. So the first thing that you do when you create the breakout room is, if they're not automatically assigned, is you would assign the students to each breakout room by clicking the blue assign word and then just clicking the student. Now, you can always move students around before you start the breakout room or during the breakout room as well. So let's say I want to exchange student 1 with student 2. I would just hit exchange and now they're swapped. Okay. You can also rename your breakout rooms and delete them at any point before you start them. Before you actually open the breakout rooms, another menu that's important to check is this options button. This contains several settings that you want to be aware of for your meeting. First of all, moving participants into breakout rooms automatically. If you don't have this checked, then the participants will have to click another button to actually enter the breakout rooms. This way, it'll automatically put them in and they don't have to worry about it. Allow participants to return to the main session at any time. I like this to be on so that if any small group is done before others and they want to rejoin the main session and start communicating with you as the host again, then they can. They don't have to wait for the breakout rooms to run their full duration. Okay, the next one is the duration of the breakout room. So right now mine is set for 25 minutes. Notify me when time is up. You can do that if you want. I don't have that on because I'm usually watching the breakout rooms and just what's happening during them and keeping an eye on the screen so I know when the breakout room is going to be up. And then the countdown after closing the breakout room. So for this case, after 25 minutes, participants will get a warning saying that in 30 seconds you will automatically be brought back into the main session. You can change that warning from 10 seconds all the way up to 2 minutes. And so they'll have plenty of time just to wrap up their quick conversations and their discussions before they are brought back into the main session with everyone. Once you have those settings set and you have the students where you want them to be, you would say open all rooms. Okay, and it may take a minute, but eventually the students will all get a green dot next to their name indicating that they have joined the breakout rooms. Now, if a participant or a group has a question in a specific breakout room, they will have an extra button on their control bar that says ask for help with a question mark. And if they click on that, they will get a button that says invite the host. And then you as the host will see this notification saying student 2 in breakout room asked for help. So I'm going to join that breakout room and see what problems student 2 is having. And sometimes it takes a minute, but now I am joining breakout room 2. Okay, and here I am at the top, and here is student 2 at the bottom. So we can have our quick discussion. I can give them all the help that they need, and when I'm ready, I can click leave room. Don't say leave meeting, but say leave breakout room, and then I will be returned back into the main session. Now, as a host, it's important to be in the main session the majority of the time, or as much time as you can, or at least have somebody else be in the main meeting room, because if somebody joins the whole Zoom meeting late, they will need to be admitted into the meeting, and you can only admit somebody into the meeting from the main meeting room. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the chat window will remain open if you have been using it when you go into a breakout room. Once participants are in a breakout room, their chat window becomes private to just that breakout room. It won't look any different and they won't get a notification, but the behavior of it changes behind the scenes. Now, when you come back into the main session, again, the chat window will follow you and it will look like everyone will be able to see what you were chatting about, but they won't. They'll only be able to see what they were chatting about in their windows. And then once they're back in the main session, then they'll see the chats that are open to the public again. All right. So if you want to close the rooms before the time is up, you can click the Close All Rooms button, and the participants will receive a message asking them to return to the main session. So that's basically all you need to know as far as using the breakout rooms go in Zoom. The last thing that I want to tell you is that if you are recording a session, Zoom will only record the main meeting room. It will not record any of the individual breakout rooms. Zoom doesn't know which room you want to record, and it can't record all of them at the same time. So it's just going to record the main session room. And that's all there is for breakout rooms.